up, I know. You can always be sure they care. When you're cleaning tack, when you're moving muck, when you're doing all your chores, still you're having fun, you don't seem to mind, 'cause you know you and your horse are friends, friends, they're your friends.
It's very early in the morning and I've come to Epsom Downs to watch the young racehorses training on what's called the gallops. What happens is the young horses come up to Epsom to train, and then every morning they're brought out to exercise, round and about the downs, and then they're galloped right the way up this long strip. It's about 3 miles. Modern racehorses are the results of years of selective breeding to produce the magnificent thoroughbreds. Epsom is, of course, where they hold the great classic race for 3-year-olds, the Derby. Did you know that this race was named on the toss of a coin by Lord Derby and Sir Charles Bunbury? The earliest recorded races were chariot races, with the driver appearing to have no control over a number of horses harnessed to his chariot as he raced at terrifying speeds round a track or across country. The risk of the driver and horses was secondary to the honour of winning. Perhaps it would have been wise if Scott had let his mother drive. Possibly due to the high mortality rate of this style of racing, we progressed to sitting on the horse's back, rather than standing behind him. However, spectators always seem to enjoy watching their heroes taking a tumble, so in medieval times, jousts were introduced. Royalty always enjoyed this sort of sport. Now here, chivalrous knights would show off their skills, learnt in battle, by knocking each other off their horses with nasty long poles called lances. Success in the contests depended on the knight's skillful riding, very good balance, and a strong chest.
The heavy purse is out for knight Eugene of Heber against the Jasper. Hold, cross lance, and he's dropped his weapon. Come on. Hold on, horse! I do not count that, for he was...
This young knight survived thanks to his protective armour, but his arch rival pinches his girl. To add injury to insult, he gets given the sack. Yes, this is where the expression comes from.
Faster, round the bend. 780, go on!
If it moves, man will bet on it. A 100 years ago, the horse would have won, and run on time. Over the years, racing has become more organised, with races of fixed distances and horses being matched in weight and age. And thousands of pounds being won and lost on the results. These are the ultimate racing machine. They're thoroughbred racehorses. Of course, they're very little. This little lady is 5 months old. Shouldn't approach from the back. And this little chap is only 3 months old. He's big, isn't he? And look at the length of his legs. That's so that he can run really fast. Probably over 40 miles an hour when he's an adult. Enough of all this gushing over long legs. It's only envy. Who's to say short legs can't have their day? Yes, it's the Shetland Grand National. And here are the riders all getting ready to enter the ring. And I'm going to ask my experts here which horses they fancy to be the winners. What's your name? Emma. And your pony? Emma.
That's Emma.
That's Emma. What's your name?
Bryony.
Bryony. Oh, Bryony. Two Bryonies. What do you think?
She's going to win it.
She's going to win it. A tense moment for the punters. A week's pocket money's riding on the result. We got a good position, and Emily took a deep breath. They're off! Races like these, over hurdles, are called steeplechases, after two Irishmen who raced their hunters the 4.5 miles between two churches, from steeple to steeple. Despite enormous encouragement, Bryony failed to pass the winning post. All horses love to win, whatever their size. Spectators, riders and ponies thoroughly enjoyed themselves. Before you can enjoy the thrill of the gallop, though, you need to learn how to canter.
Established the sitting trot and the rising trot to a fairly competent level, so now we're going to go on and do the canter.
Bella is travelling on a left circle, showing us a left canter. The pace is started by the right hind leg, the white, followed by the two reds, then the front left leg, the blue. There then follows a moment of suspension.
The canter seems a little bit faster, but I'll tell you one clue, it's a little bit more comfortable than the trot. Once you get the hang of it, canter is a very easy pace. The basic aids for canter, the outside leg, so if you're going that way round, that's this leg. It comes a little bit back behind the girth. That asks the horse to bring his outside hind leg underneath him to start the canter. The inside leg is on the girth. That asks your horse to bend around your leg against this leg, all right? Your inside hand, which is in your left hand, asks the horse to bend around your inside leg, and that shows the direction in which he's going. The outside hand, which is your right hand, controls the pace of the horse. That's the speed of the horse.
Here Ali shows us clearly the left leg moving back, asking Bella to strike off with her left hind leg.
Right, now Scott. Now Scott has never cantered before, so we're going to do it very slightly differently. I want you to hold that neck strap so tight and sit up as tall as you can. Right, so trot on. I want you to go sitting trot, outside leg back, and really ride on with your leg. Hold the neck strap, Scott. Good boy, kick on a bit. All right, well done. Really sit up tall. Outside leg well back. All right, doesn't matter. That's fine. A little bit difficult to get organised, isn't it? Try again. Now go sitting trot. Kick, kick, kick with your leg. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, good boy. Hold tight to that neck strap. Sit up, Scott. Sit up, Scott. Well done. Right, now rising trot. Good boy. Well done. Right, Holly now. Quietly trot on. Change the diagonal. Good girl. Now we're going to go sitting trot, Holly. I want you to ask the canter, sitting trot, Holly. Ask the canter in your first corner of a short side. Good girl. Your lower leg is shooting forward a little bit. Try and draw it underneath you and trot. Sitting trot and forward to walk. Good girl. Well done, Holly. That was fine. A little bit you've got to watch that basic position and make a fuss of your horse. Don't forget that. Right, Rebecca. Same thing now. Sitting trot, drawing your shoulders back, slower your trot, outside leg back and canter. Good girl. The inside hand was a little bit abrupt. All right, keeping the weight down into your heel and trot. Make a circle because else you might get too close to the others. Well done. Right, Rachel only now. Gather up your reins, prepare to trot, and Rachel trot. Now, working trot rising, change your diagonal. Good girl. Shorten up your rein. Now Rachel goes sitting trot. Hold the neck strap with both hands. Put your outside leg behind the girth, inside leg on the girth and canter. Well done, Rachel. Try and pull your seat into the saddle. Good girl. And trot. Slow sitting trot. Make sure you don't get too close to the others. Forward to walk. Well ridden, Rachel. Make a fuss of your horse. Very nice strike off. If they all went as easy as that, we'd be doing fine.
Dane Rawlings is showing us the more advanced canter used in dressage, proving how effortless this stride can be. Dane uses the same aids as we've seen in the lesson, but his dressage saddle gives him closer contact with Sparky, so although his commands seem imperceptible to us, they are clearly understood by Sparky. To work to this standard, Dane has had to have made friends with Sparky and earned his trust, but Sparky still has to know who's boss. Watch Dane doing flying changes in a straight line, changing leg every 2 paces. Left, left, right, right. Now watch Dane's leg as Sparky changes leg every stride. Well done, Sparky. Not bad for a beginner. Here, Rachel and Chiefly get it wrong on a right bend. See how unbalanced it looks.
Wrong leg now, trot. Wait for the next corner.
Chiefly changes his leg effortlessly when he alters direction without the interference of a rider.
Come on, you lot, let's all learn how to groom.
Grooming is not only to clean your pony and make it look smart, but also to promote a healthy skin and coat, which reduces the risk of parasites. It improves circulation and gives you an opportunity to check for any signs of ill health. Ali showed us how.
We want to have a nice grooming kit. This is the grooming kit. You want to have your own box for the grooming kit. So we pick up this one. Now that's called the rubber curry comb. It's circular. It's quite soft. It's not hard. It supples with the horse. When we start grooming the horse, you always start with the brush in the hand nearest the horse's head, so you can get your weight behind the brush. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to work now in a circle, and as I do that, this cleans the horse. It takes the mud off and it removes the old hair.
Other hand.
Who knows what this is called? A dandy brush. Well done. Now, to do the dandy brush, you flick the hair that I've brought up, I remove into the horse, like this. Try not to flick it at your friend. Flick it, flick it. She won't fall over. Now, to give him the finishing touches, I need 2 very special brushes. What's this one called? A body brush. Now, if it was winter, I wouldn't use a body brush on a field-kept pony. Does anybody know why?
Because it takes the grease out of the coat, so it can't keep warm when it's cold weather.
Excellent. And what's that called?
Metal curry comb.
Okay, that's the metal curry comb. Now, stand back, folks. Here we go. You watch. 3 strokes on the horse with this. 1, 2, 3. All right? 1, 2, 3. Pull it. 1, 2, 3. Pull it. Now, who knows what's in here now?
Grease.
That's the grease, the dust, the old hair. Watch, I'm going to put it on the floor. You knock your curry comb gently outside the stable. Otherwise, you're putting the dirt in the stable. You see a lot of people going bang, bang on the wall, but then the horse rolls in the stable and he rolls it back on again. Now, we're going to do her mane with this one. Who can remember what this one's called? That's it, because that's the soft one. All right? So very gently, you clear the mane and the forelock. This is the forelock. It's the horse's equivalent to the fringe. All right, that's the forelock. And you gently, brushing the mane, nicely downwards to start with, flattening all the hair, then really brush the mane out to get it clean underneath. And this is the time you can check your horse. You can look in there to see if he's got anything he shouldn't have. Maybe lice, or if some horses get a little bit sore in the summer. Well, or nits, I suppose, that's it. And then when you've flicked your brush in the hair all the way along, you flatten it down again. To do the forelock, very, very gentle, always around horses' ears. You just gently brush it forwards, like this. Now, there we are. Now I'm going to show you how we do the horse's head. You very gently place the head collar around the pony's neck. Exactly, and carefully. But if you do it too quickly, that might frighten her. So do it slowly and calmly. So now, all I do is, I start to brush the face. Very gentle, like this, all the way. Remembering, lift the forelock, clean around the face, round the eyes, grooming the hair in the direction in which it goes. For the tail, I use the body brush again. Now, you notice when I walked up to my pony, I had my brush in this hand, I had this hand ready to tell him where I'm going. You see? He feels that I'm coming to here, and I don't go any further back than where I'm standing now. I pick up the whole tail. Now this is a pony that's kept in the field, so it's not the cleanest of tails. So you want to be careful you don't remove the hair from the tail. Don't over groom it. We'll just brush a little bit today, just so we can see how to do it. A few sections at a time. So I know I've done that bit and I know I haven't done that bit. But you see how I'm standing to the side? Now as it's summer, we can use the body brush to start with. If you hold those for a minute. Nice long gentle strokes down the legs. Very gently. Nice long lines. Make sure you do all round the legs. Flicking the dirt outwards. This is the equipment I need for doing the horse's feet. I run my hand gently down the leg and just 2 little pulls on the fetlock and the horse will gently lift her foot up. I place the skip under the leg so it catches what I'm going to take out. I'm going to use this hoof pick and I hold the foot gently, place it in what we call the seat of corn area, which is between the frog and the wall of the foot. I put my hoof pick in there and I gently push it down. Never too hard, but hard enough to get rid of all the muck and grub that's in there. Now, you see how I've got most of it out? Now I can turn this one round. Just give it a little scrub. Because remember, I'm not picking it out to make it look beautiful underneath. I'm picking it out to check what's going on in my horse's feet. Now we're going to get the hoof oil. Anybody know why we use hoof oil?
Yes, because the horses might get lame otherwise.
Yes, it won't actually stop them getting lame. You put...
Their feet from cracking.
Good, it can help the feet to stop them cracking. You cover everything with a little bit of oil. Make sure it goes well in there, into the frog, and the foot is nice and clean. And then again, move this out the way, so if she puts her foot down, she doesn't knock it over. Lower it. Tell her you're coming with this hand again, gently, and then quietly brush the oil around the foot. You want to make sure that this area here, which is called the coronary band, that has the oil, because this foot down here is really dead. It's like our nail. That's it.
Can I use a skip, Mum?
Sit now. You have two sponges, a little bit like you would have two flannels. I'm going to do the eyes and the nose with this one, and I use the water first. Clean water, and in the winter, a little bit warm is nicer. Now, very gently, we're going, see she's got a bit of sleep in her eye, same as we have in the morning. Very gently, we're just going to remove that. Take it away from the eye, and then rather than pushing it that way, same as you would do, you remove the sleep gently, and then you very, very gently wash over the eye. That's fine. No, they can't. Well, they can. They lower their head and rub it on their knees. Yeah. But this is nicer. Again, rinse the sponge out. I'm going to clean his nose. Wash it out. And then we go round and do the other end. But we use the other sponge now. Now, off we go. Again, I'm going to the back, so you see where my hand is? So she knows I'm coming. I'm going to damp it a little bit. Now, I lift up her tail. And if you're going to stand behind a horse, you're better to stand very close. But again, it should be done by an adult or a competent teenager. With the damp sponge, I just basically wipe her dock area. That keeps it nice and clean, the same as we do the eyes, and it stops flies. And there's a type of worm that can sometimes stay there. So it's really not a nice job, but it's one of those important jobs.
There's a lot to remember, isn't there? But if you do it regularly, you'll soon get the hang of it. Let's see if our lot have taken it in. Holly, what do we use a rubber curry comb for?
To get all the dead sort of old fur out when you circle it.
And what do you flick the old hair off with?
It's a daddy brush.
What's the soft brush we finish off with, Holly?
The body brush.
And why do we need two sponges?
One to wipe the dock and one to wipe the eyes and nose.
OK, Bryony, why do horses need manes?
Because if they didn't have any, they'd look silly.
And what happens when you turn your beautifully groomed pony out in the field? Thank you, Goldie. If that all seems too much like hard work, then this is for you. We went to look at some horses in Nutley, which are very easy to look after and, your parents will like this, cheap to feed and house. They're rocking horses, handcrafted by a Mr. Rainbow. How do they carve it? I don't know. We'll have to ask Mr. Rainbow. Mr. Rainbow, how do you carve it all?
Well, just by hand with chisel similar to that. I carve the heads first because they're easier to manage.
Like that.
Sit over there. Quite heavy when they're...
It takes Mr. Rainbow 60 hours to make these beautiful horses. Everything is handmade, including the leather tack, and the mane and tail are made of horsehair.
Is there a tradition about the type of rocker that they go on?
That type of stand is called a Victorian safety stand. Before that they went on a bow, but they're a little bit dangerous. Children tend to run their toes over.
Is that for a little child,
Yeah,
that
for a
one?
baby, yeah.
Could she sit on? Could you like to? No trouble with the canter strike off to get these chaps going on the right leg.